In this video, I'll show you how to connect your Google Ads account to HubSpot, and then I'll also show you how to connect your LinkedIn Ads account to HubSpot. So I'll start with Google, and I'll start by going to my HubSpot settings, which is the gear icon up here at the top. And then from there, I'll scroll down into Tools, Marketing. So you can see that right there under Marketing. I'll click in Ads, and then it'll bring me to the screen that I was just on. And from here, I'll click Connect Account, and I'll have to click Google Ads, then I'll have to go through the login process, just like this. And I won't do that right now because it's straightforward. Once I do that, I'll select my ad account and just click Connect, and then you'll see your account right in here. And you can disconnect it if you need to. You can see the details, and you can see who connected it, which is by me. You can see right there. And it's important to note that whoever connected it will also be able to add conversions to Google Ads via the HubSpot integration. So if you are connected but you can't add conversions from your HubSpot to your Google Ads account, this will be why. So you'll have to connect it with the account that you're using when you create those conversions that send from HubSpot to Google Ads. So that's Google Ads. Let's now connect LinkedIn. So I'll just click LinkedIn. Same thing, I'll put my password in here. And I'm going to find my ad account. Make sure to check the number, because if I were to go over here to my LinkedIn, you'll see a couple ad accounts here. And I know that I want this one that is, let's see, right under where it says Austin Becker e-commerce marketing at the top. I have the account ending with 96. And so what I'll do is I'll come back here, I'll make sure I'm selecting that exact same account, and then I'll hit connect. And now we're connected. And again, I can see that was by me. So now that that's done, I'm going to go into the ads section on the far left dark gray navigation column. And I'll find ads here, because after connecting these two platforms, the next thing that you'll of course want to do is send conversions from HubSpot into your Google Ads, into your LinkedIn account. So you'll see I went to marketing, I found ads, and I'm going to click on events. And you can see I've already set up some conversions here, and I'm sending them to Google Ads. So what I mean by events is a life cycle stage change, or perhaps filling out a form, or some other action that HubSpot is recording. We're going to send those, what's called events in HubSpot, to Google Ads as a conversion. So these are already done. You can see I'm sending a customer, and I'm setting the deal amount to $4,500 if there's no deal amount to be used. And what I'm using is the life cycle stage customer. So I've already set this up. Let me show you what it looks like when I set up a new one. But I'm going to do this with LinkedIn first. Actually, let me try Google Ads. Life cycle stage change. Okay, perfect. So if I have a lead in my HubSpot that becomes an opportunity, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select opportunity, and then note how it says Google Life Cycle Stage Change here, or Google Life Cycle Stage. So Google has its own set of names for events. So if I were to go back to Google, I'm just going to click or type GT, and then I'm going to search for conversions, I believe. Yeah, conversion goals. Okay, now if I go in here, you'll see a bunch misconfigured, but that's just because I'm practicing with them. So we have, let's see, view all conversion actions. You can see I have different actions, so purchase and add to cart or begin checkout. I also have request a quote, page views, things like that. And here's my HubSpot ones, qualified leads. So if I click on this, then click edit. Oh, let's see, I'll just click on the blue text. Edit settings. So I'm going to click on, for example, request a quote. I'll go to settings. And if I click on this action optimization, actually, rather, request a quote. How can I switch this? Now if I go into Google Ads, I can see all these different actions that are in here. So this is Google Ads naming convention for purchase. So purchase, that's coming in from a different application that we're not using today. But if I were to take, let's say, qualified lead, so I can choose from any of these Google Ads conversion actions. So if I go over to Google Ads, you'll see under the conversion summary, there's these different types of actions. And so these actions are within the purchase category. If I go down, this HubSpot marketing qualified lead is in the qualified lead category. So these are Google's categories. So in here, that's where you select a Google category. So it's a bit confusing, but there's really two types of things here. One thing is the HubSpot lifecycle stage changes, which are lead, SQL, opportunity, customer, past customer, and that's the first thing. The second thing in here is a whole different set of objects or options, which is the Google actions. So that's why we have two very different sets of things in here. These are all the Google ones that are mapped to these sections that I just showed you in Google: qualified lead, page view engagement, request quote. Those you can all find in here, but you map those Google events to a lifecycle stage change. So I'm not gonna make a saved change there. What I'm gonna do is make a new event for LinkedIn. So I should see my LinkedIn option right here. Let me refresh it. Create event. LinkedIn. I'm going to find my ad account, and then I want to use the lifecycle stage change again. So I want, anytime someone becomes a subscriber, I want to send that to LinkedIn. So now I'll click data sharing settings. Actually, let me move my face out of the way. Oh, and I have to put a default value. I'll put 1 for now. Okay, now I'm going to share all this data with LinkedIn, so that LinkedIn knows the email address and this information about the people that are filling out or that are becoming subscribers on my website. And above here, the custom contact property, this is basically the property in HubSpot in which you record whether or not the contact has confirmed consent to data sharing. So let's see, this is typically called something like marketing consent. At least in mine it is. So I'm going to say property value that indicates consent true. So now if someone's indicated that they accept marketing, this property called marketing consent in HubSpot will say true. And if it's true, then we're allowed to go ahead with this data sharing to LinkedIn so that LinkedIn can build better audience lists. So I'm going to leave all that on. That is all of these ticked. I'm going to leave those. I'm going to choose to share all contacts that move to the selected lifecycle stage. That's the one I want. In this case, I just want to record everybody, not only contacts that have interacted with a LinkedIn ad. I just want everybody to go in. That just gives more data to HubSpot. And for now, I'm not trying to limit audiences. I want to expand my audience. So I'll click Create Event. All right, so now I've got HubSpot subscriber in there. Let's do it again for a couple more events. LinkedIn, Ad Account, Lifecycle Stage Change. I'll do Lead. I'll put 2, which is one more than the last one. Market, event sent has to be true, and then I'll save these in here, create event. And now what you'll want to do is go through, whoops. Oh, look, I've reached my limit. So you'll want to go through and add all the other events that you need. I'm at my limit, so I'm just going to stop here, but you'll want to go through and add as many as you can, at least as many as are relevant. So now I'm going to go back to LinkedIn. I should see these under conversion tracking. Let's see if I'm wrong. Oh, good, there we go. I'm refreshing just to be sure. So I just sent lead and I just sent subscriber, so those two are here. All right, cool. So that's how you can connect Google Ads to HubSpot, LinkedIn to HubSpot, and then send conversions to both of those platforms from HubSpot based on your HubSpot lifecycle stage changes, or even form fills, or other conversions, which I didn't show here. But if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and good luck advertising.